Okay, I was listening to this podcast. It's called This Week in Startups with Jason Kalinakis, and there's this guest on who talked about food production and how his was the best. He was going to replace eggs with his special yellow peas, and he's going to replace all animals with plants. I got a question about that because what if these alternatives that he's suggesting may suffer a blight? Without the diversity in food, we could be at a bigger loss with a larger population than ever. And it really concerns me to see these almost food manufacturers that act almost like evangelists for a new eating movement to try to take center stage on everything. I mean, as how do you overcome scarcity? It's like, what about the potato blight? I mean, we must have learned something about the Irish potato famine that occurred in the late 1800s. They relied exclusively on one vegetable, pretty much, and that didn't turn out okay. And society was pretty advanced back then. Yes, we have more technology, but there's still a lot of similar things that technology of today cannot overcome that it couldn't overcome back then, if that makes any sense. I think he's overstepping his boundaries because he's talking about growing, encouraging the growth of more of his um, manufactured stuff. He was talking about yellow peas and stuff. Um, I think that there should be a fine line between manufacturers and farmers or the producers of the food. Okay, yes, communicate, but don't take it over. You don't take control of it. There needs to be a system of checks and balances with that, so there's not too much overstep. But we have that in government, and that'd be pretty important to have, especially in business, especially when it comes to the health and well-being and diets for people and all that. Um, if he cared about sustainability, well, first of all, he's saying that he is the sustainable focal point, and everything should go through his type of business. All the food recipes and just the processing of it all. But there's a cost to that, and that's like, for example, you have the turkey waste issues where farmers concentrate turkey farms or even pig farms or cow farms. They'll concentrate these animals in a small area, and then a lot of waste will develop from that, and it's difficult to spread that out. With concentration comes distribution problems on several levels, and there's, people try to say for the turkey manufacturers, they try to spread the waste out to the nearest parts because the further you truck it away, the more it costs. However, I will say that maybe they're improving that because I talked to somebody who said, a turkey farmer who said that people actually pay for her turkey waste, and she's about 20 miles, 30 miles, she's not near the main processing factory for turkeys. Her farm's, 20 to 30 miles away. So maybe they're overcoming that by spreading the farms out around more. But to try to even with vegetables, to try to centralize that. I mean, if their blight did come, or if a disease or something, and it targeted a specific plant, well, it would be so concentrated in one spot that it'd be very vulnerable and could cause problems. We need more diversity in foods, especially when we consume it so much on a daily basis. The things that are consumed the most need the most diversity. If they really cared about sustainability, they would relax the laws or fight for the laws to help the small-time farmer work more on what do they call it, homesteading. Why can't I plant a garden in the park? Why can't there be more fruit trees and nut trees? That would be the ultimate sustainability, is just to have it available, just to have a giant garden throughout the globe. But that's not the case because the food manufacturers want the central control of it so they can charge the most money for their product, and they're evangelizing a lot of to me, a lot of extreme measures for food production.